Hi, I'm Shira from Lion Brand Yarn. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this Lush Plush arm knit cowl using 2 skeins of Lion Brand yarn, homespun thick and quick in the color Granite Stripes. Let's get started. Alright, so to get started, we're going to take our 2 skeins and we're going to separate them into 4 balls. So what I like to do is I like to make sure that I have no jewelry on so none of the yarn gets caught in my project. And I'm going to move my yarn to the side so it doesn't get in my way. And I like to take my 4 strands that we're going to be working with and I'm going to measure out 2 arm lengths. I'm going to go 1 and I'm going to go 2. And over here, I'm going to end up with my hand pinching this yarn right here. So then I'm going to take my tail of yarn and I'm going to bring it over the working yarn coming from the balls. I'm then going to reach through the loop with my opposite hand, grab the tail, and I'm going to start to shake. And by doing this, you're creating your slip knot, which is going to be your first stitch. You pull the yarn, like so, and pull the tail, and you'll see you have your loop, which is now your first stitch and also a slip knot. So you'll notice you have this triangle over here. So what I like to do is I like to take my thumb and my index finger and go through that little triangle, and you'll have your 3 other fingers. You're going to grab that yarn. You're going to have a little tension. Tension is really good because you're going to want to pull down your hand. You'll see that there's a loop over here by your thumb and there's a loop over here where your index finger is. And to start casting on the other stitches, we need 5 stitches for this project. We're going to go into this loop over here with your thumb, and don't get worried. You know, sometimes with multi-yarn projects, you want to just keep them separated. Don't get too confused. You want to pull that yarn by your index finger through the loop and onto your other hand. And you're going to let go. I'll do it again. You're going to go through the loop, grab that yarn, pull it through, and onto your wrist. So again, you're going through the loop, grabbing that yarn, and it makes a loop, and you're going to put it on to your wrist. That's a stitch. You're creating a stitch. You're doing fabulous. Again, going through the loop, pulling the yarn, putting onto your wrist. And by now you should have 5 stitches. Let's go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've just cast it on. Thumbs up. Now that we've cast it on, let's begin to arm knit. So the first stitch you're going to want to make loose with your hand because you got to get both of them through there. And what I always like to say is, check out my manicure. Or if you're a man, look at my nice hands. And grab that working yarn coming from the ball, the many balls, and you're going to pull through. So you're going to, when you're holding it with the arm that has no stitches on it, you're going to have this loop. And you're going to just put it onto your wrist. And you'll notice that it might be a little loose, and that's okay, because once you get further into your project, you'll see that the loose, and that's what makes this arm knitting. It's very forgiving. So again, you're going to go into your second stitch, use that working yarn, and put it onto your wrist. Go into your third stitch, pull the yarn, and you'll see that it makes that loop. Again, into your fourth stitch, you grab the yarn and put it onto your wrist. Go into the stitch, So for your second row, you're gonna go into your stitch, grab that working yarn, pull it through. And for any project that I work with, I really like to keep it loose just because it's easier to work with, and it just, they always say the tighter you knit, the more stressed you are, so let's not be stressed today. Let's have fun. So again, you're going into the stitch, grabbing that working yarn, pulling it through, and it goes onto your wrist. Again, you're gonna wanna be doing the same movement throughout this whole cowl. So before you know it, you're gonna be just rocking and rolling. And this is a really fun thing that I like to do while I'm watching TV. And I personally love homespun thick and quick because it's thick and it gets the job done quickly. And it's super soft, and it's like I'm working with a pillow right now. Hopefully I won't fall asleep. No, I won't. I'm kidding. So again, you're just working through getting these stitches. This motion of going through the stitch, grabbing the yarn and putting it onto your wrist. As you can see, this is what your product's gonna start to look like. And soon enough, you're gonna have a great looking cowl. So now you've clearly done a lot of knitting because we got lots of arm knitting here. So we're gonna bind off. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. For all you knitters out there, you go right ahead. But for all you non-knitters, let's do a step-by-step right now. So we're gonna work our first 2 stitches, just like you've been doing. Nothing's changing. I'll tell you when things change, like right about now. So you're gonna look at your opposite hand. You have 2 stitches on that hand. You're gonna take the stitch that's closest to your body and you're just going to slide it off and just let it chill. Just let it hang. It's hanging right now. Now, you're gonna go back to your arm that has all the stitches. You're gonna work another stitch and you're gonna put it onto your wrist. And you're gonna do the same thing you did before. You're gonna take the stitch that's closest to your body and just slip it off and let it hang. Again, work another stitch. Pull the stitch that's closest to your body and let it slip off. You're binding off right now. You should be very proud of yourself. Again, work that stitch. Take that stitch that's closest to your body, slip it off. And now you have 1 stitch left on your hand. So we're almost done. Take that tail and bring it through that loop and pull tight. And look at you, you're just 1 step, or maybe just a few steps away from making your wonderful cowl. Now that you've cut your tail, you're gonna wanna weave in your ends on both sides. And then you're going to want to seam your scarf together to then create a wonderful, awesome looking cowl. So to recap, the yarn we just arm knitted this beautiful cowl with is homespun thick and quick in the color Greystone Stripes and is available for purchase at lionbrand.com and in person at popular retailers. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the rest of our YouTube channel, which is Lion Brand Yarn, and look for our playlist of arm knitted projects. And remember, if you become a subscriber, you'll be notified every time we add a new yarn crafting video, which is pretty often. And for thousands of free yarn crafting patterns, visit lionbrand.com. See you soon.